Hello students, welcome back to online computer class. So today I am here with the second part of the QBasic statement lesson. So in the last class what we have studied, children? Yes, exactly, you are right. In the last class we have studied about the rules of the QBasic program. Then we have studied about the data types of the QBasic program. So what are the data types, children? So how many types of data types are there? Exactly, you are right. There are two types of data types are there. So what are those two types of data types, children? Can anybody tell me? Yes, exactly, you are right. So constant data type and the variable data types. So in the constant, again we have two types, that is numeric data type and the alphanumeric or the string data type. And in the variable also same, we have two different types, that is numeric variable and the another one is alphanumeric or the string variable. So this also we have studied, and we have studied about the modes of the QBasic program. So what are the modes of the QBasic program, children? There are two different types of the modes of the QBasics are there. So what are those modes? Direct mode and the programming mode. So this also we have studied in the last class. So today we will study about the some of the examples programs of the QBasic programs and some of the different commands to write the QBasic program. So what are the commands are there to write the QBasic program? That also we will study in this class today. So starting with the let statement. So starting with the let statement. So what is let statement, children? Let statement is also called assignment statement. So let statement is also called the assignment statement. It is used to assign a value to the variable. So this let statement is used to assign a value to the variable. In QBasic it is optional to use let statement and line numbering. So in QBasic you can use the let statement, or you cannot use also, no problem. This is the optional in the QBasic program. So what is let statement, children? Let statement is also called an assignment statement. It is used to assign a value to the variable. So the let statement in QBasic program is used to assign a value to the variable. So what is the syntax for this one, children? Syntax, line number. First you have to write the line number. When you are writing a program with let statement, first you have to write the line number, then write the let, then variable name you have to write, and you have to write the value or the expression. So for this variable you have to give a values. For example, here one example I have given. So this is the 10 is the line number. So this 10 is 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever are there. So these are the line number. Then let statement, every QBasic program contains at least one QBasic command word. In the rules of the QBasics I have said that every QBasic program contains at least one QBasic command word. So this is the let is a QBasic command word. Then this is a variable and this is the value. Here a is a variable and 10 is a value. You have to define a value to the variable. So in this way you can write. So this line number is optional. You can write also, no problem. If you not write also, no problem. Then you have to use any one QBasic command word, then value and the variable. So here they have given let statement is also called a assignment statement. So let statement is also called assignment statement. How means here a is a value variable and 10 is a value. So I have defined the value to the variable. In this way you can define. So 10 b equal to 15. So second value variable is a b and the value is a 15. Here also it is defined. Then c equal to a into b. So c equal to a into b means it will calculate a into b. So what is the value of a? 10 and value of 15, that it will calculate, and whatever answer will come that will store in c, then print c. So whatever the value of the c is there, that will print in a output. Then at the end of the program it will end. After printing the answer, then the program will end. So in this way you can write the program. So first you have to remember the syntax, then example. Next we will see the print command. So how to print the programs. Print command. The print command is used to display any message or a value. So the print command, why the print command is used, children? So the print command is used to display the message or the value on a screen. So when you write the program, when you execute the program, at that time, so print command is used to display the message or the values, whatever values. If you done a program with mathematical, then it will display the values. If the program is not mathematical, then it will display the message, output message it will display. That's why print command is used. So if you want to display anything on a screen output, then in your program you have to use print command compulsorily. So what is the syntax for this print command, children? Here also you have to write line number, then afterwards you have to write the print command, then you have to write the constant or the string constant, any one constant data type you have to define. So I have said no data types, constant data type or the variable data type. So two data types are there. In that one, constant also you can define, or else you can define the string variable also. In string variable you can store number as well as alphabet, so that's why we can use the string constant also. Then variable you have to define here, or the expression, what message you want to display on the output, that you have to write in the expression or in the variable. So this is the syntax of the print command. Here one example is there, print 20 plus 20. So this is print 20 plus 20. Then how it will print? Here it will print 30, the sum of 20 and 10. In this way it will print. This is the output, children. Here when you write this one, print 20 plus 30, then it will print 30, sum of 20 and 10. So the sum of 20 and 10 it will print automatically here. Then print God bless you. If you write like this, then it will also print the same message on the screen. This message will be printed on the screen when you write the program in this one. So it will print like this. So print A. If you write print A input, then output what you will get? So output you will get only the A. So in this way, whatever you will write in this one, in the syntax like this, in the variable or in the expression, automatically using the print command, then it will print on your output screen. So this is about the print command. Understood now, children? Let statement and the print command. Yes. Next we will move to the print with semicolon. In print only we have different types of print commands. Print with semicolon. So if you write a print with a semicolon, then what will happen? That also we will see. So print with semicolon is used to print the values one after the other. So if you write the program, if you write print with semicolon, then the values will be printed one after the another without any space in between the words. So if you write the program using semicolon, then the words will print without any space in between. So if you did not use semicolon, so then it will print the values with space. If you use the semicolon, then the values will be printed without any space in between the words. So what is the syntax for this one, children? Line number, here also you can write the line number, then print variable you have to write, and you have to write the semicolon. This is called the semicolon. Then variable, until how many variables you want you can define. So this is called the semicolon. So if you write the program using the semicolon, print with semicolon, then when you print the output at that time, so the space in between the words will not be there. So for example, let X dollar symbol, then my name, then here is Ria. So this example if I return using the print with the semicolon, then how you will get the output? See here, this is the output screen. In this way you will get the output screen. So my, after that space is there, but after name is Ria. So name is Ria. So name is Ria. Here there is no space in between the words. So why it is not there? Here I have written the program with the semicolon. This using the semicolon, print command using the semicolon when we write. So at that time here in between the words there is no space. Continuously it will print in the output. Here the lines are different, but when you execute the program, at that time the space in between the lines will not be there using the semicolon. If you write the program print with semicolon, then you will not get any space in between the words. This is the program and this is the output. So when you write the program in QBasic and execute, at that time this output you will get. That also we will study in the next lesson. So writing the program and executing, how to write the program and how to execute the QBasic program, that I will show in the next class. Next we will study about the print with comma. So if you write the program using print with comma, then what will happen? So how it will print? So it is used to print the values one after another with plenty of space in between the words. So in between. So before, if you write the program using semicolon, then the space will not be there in between the words. But if you write the program using the comma, then here you will get plenty of space in between the words, in between the letters. Only 5 values can be printed in one line. So here only 5 values can be printed in a single line. So when you write in one line, so only 5 values will be printed. So if you, in case of more than 5 values, the remaining values will be printed on the next line. So if in your program more than 5 values are there, then at that time, so remaining 5 values will be printed in one line and the remaining values will be printed in the next line. So if you write the program using print with comma, then there will be a plenty of space in between the words or the letters or the numbers. It will leave plenty of space in between the words. So only 5 values can be printed in a single line. So if the numbers are more, if the words are more than 5, then that will be printed in the next line. So what is the syntax for this one, children? So here line number, here also you can write the line number, then print variable. So if variable you have to define, then you have to write the comma. This is the comma, you have to write the comma, the next variable until it will continue. How many variables are there, like that you can continue, etc. you can write. So this is the syntax. Then example, let x equal to 78, then let y equal to 22. So these are the values and these are the variables. So this 78 is a value and this x is a variable. Here you are defining the variable and values. Then z equal to x plus y, so it will calculate both 78 plus 22 equal to how much, then it will print. So print x comma y comma sum comma z, then it will calculate the sum, whatever sum is there at the last it will print. So print with comma, if I have taken here, you have written in the print comma comma x comma y comma then sum comma z, then at the last it will end the program. So after execution of the program, how we will get output? See here children, 78, here 78 is there. So after that plenty of space is given, then next 22 is written, then 22 y value is 22, that is also written, then sum is there, here also sum is there, sum is written, then sum of x and y equal to z, that is 78 plus 22 equal to 100. The output is written here, the answer, but here in between the word there is a plenty of space is there. This you can see. So when we use print in comma in the print statement here, so in the comma in the print statement, so that makes the space here in the output. So when you write a program using print with comma, then automatically it will leave a space, plenty of space in between the numbers or the letters in the output. So understood now children? Next we will study about the print with the tab function. So how to write the program using the tab function. So where we have to use the tab function, then what is the use of the tab function, that also we will see. So in the tab function is used to move the print position to the column indicated in its argument. So where the column is there, so if you write the program using the tab function, then in one column it will display the name, subject, whatever it is there. In another column marks it will display if you are calculating the marks. So it will make the 2 columns or 3 columns or 4 columns and it will print the output in a column wise only. This statement is quite suitable for printing the tabular type of result. So this print with the tab function we will use usually in the tabular type of result. So when you are printing the tabular type of result, at that time we will use the tabular function, that is tab function. So it will display the result in a tabular type of functions. Print tab statement can be used in controlling column location. So this is used to control the column location. This print with the tab function is used to print the tabular type of result. Usually we will use this tab function in a tabular type of result. So when you want a tabular type of result, at that time we can use the print with tab function in a QBasic program. So what is the syntax children? Yes, here it is a syntax print. So you have to write the print command, then tab command also you have to write. So this tab C means column, it will display the column. C means column, right? Print tab function, then column you have to write, then constant or the variable you have to define, constant or variable you have to define, and then you have to write the expression. So this is the syntax. In this way, using the syntax only, you have to write the program. So here first one, print, then tab, then column number, that is 10, then name, tab 20, then marks. So here name it will display in one column and the marks will display in the another column. This is the first column. So this defines the column headings, that is name one side, then marks is another side. Here in the output also you can see, here it is a name and here it is a mark. This is the heading. The next one, tab, again in the same column, in the 10th column only, what it will display, the name of the student and then the marks of the student. The tab 10 is first column and tab 20 is the second column. In the first column it will display the name of the student, and in the second column it will display the marks. So if you write the program using the tab functions, here I have written for 5 students name and the marks of those students, and at the end of the program you have to write the end command also. So this is also very important. If you did not write end, then the program will not stop its execution. So if it's want to stop the execution, then compulsorily you have to write the end function, end command in the QBasic program at the end of the program. When it comes to the end, then automatically the program will stop its execution. So when you, how will get the output? So here when you execute the program, in one column it will display all the names and in another column it will display all the numbers. But here this, why, when you use the tab function, this space will be there. This is the tab functions space. So if you did not use tab function, then this will be printed here only with attachment, right? So in this way you can use the tab function also. Next we'll see about the leaving a blank line. So how to leave the blank line while writing the QBasic program. So if you want a blank line, then how to write that program. To leave blank line in between while printing an output. So to leave the blank lines in between while printing, so use print statement in the following ways. So in the following ways, if you use the print command, then you will get the lines, blank line in between the words, in between the line. So in between the line, so after one line it will leave some space, then another line it will print, and after that also it will leave the space. So example here, printing blank line. So this heading you have to write, then after that print hard work is the key. This one statement is there. After that just you have to write print and leave it, then it will leave one space there. Then after that you have to write print to success. This also it will print. This is the statement. Here in the output you can see hard work is a success to key. It has printed on the first line. Then here it is a space. Why here it is a blank space? Then here we have given a blank space in the print. So here also blank space is there. And after that to success, here the to success will come in the output. So in this way you can write the program using the print, leaving a blank space, right? Understood now children, how many different types of print commands are there? Yes. Next we will see about the input statement. So what is input statement and why we use the input statement in the QBasic program? So what is the input statement? Input statement in QBasic is used to accept the data item from the user. So input statement is used to accept the data item from the user. But before here we have defined the value and variable at a time in the print commands. But here in input statement it will ask for the values, then you have to give a value to the variable. Variables you have to define previously, but values you should not define. When you execute the program, at that time it will ask for the values, then only you can give the value, then it will calculate and it will give the result. So this input statement in QBasic is used to accept the data item from the user. This statement asks the user to make entry by displaying the question mark. So it will display the question mark. At that time you can write the, give the input command, input values. When you give a value to the variable, then automatically it will take and it will calculate and it will give the result, the execution of the program. So this statement asks the user to make data entry by displaying a question mark during the execution of the program. The program execution is suspended until the user enters the required values and press the enter key. So after entering one key you have to press the enter button. When you press the enter button, then it will ask for the next value. Until you press the enter button, then it will not ask for the next value. So when you press the enter button, at that time only it will ask for the next values. So syntax: input, message it will display. First you will write the input, then message, whatever message. For example, enter the value of A or enter the value of B. So that message you have to, it will display. You have to write the message here, then here you have to write the value. So enter the value of A. So enter the value you have to write here, then A you have to write here. So A is a variable. So After that, it will display one question mark in the output. You have to enter the value to that variable, then it will take the values and it will process the data and it will give the output. For example, see here, input maths M, input computer C. So this is the message and this is the variable here. So here English, it is a message, then this is a variable. Here it is a science is a variable message, then this is the variable. So how the output you will get? So maths 95, here this is the value you have to enter it when it will ask for that one. At that time when it asks for the values, at that time you can write the variable to the value to the variable. So the variable, it will display in front of the variable, you have to write the values. Automatically it will calculate all the variables values and it will give the result and the percentage. So in this way it will take the input, then calculate, process, and it will show the output to the user. So this is about the input statement. So understood, no children? How to write the programs. In the next class we will study about the how to write the QBasic program practically, and we will see the output also. So these print commands and input statements, you will use these commands to write the program in the next class. Okay, thank you.